Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Tuesday, March 17, 2026. Making the headlines tonight, apart from fuel, agriculture CEO warns fertilizer prices could climb next. People surprised by increase in sugar price. And 1 point against CSME, Belize had problems making donation of eggs to Jamaica after hurricane. We take a first break and return with the news in detail.
Get your body sculpted with gym equipment and accessories from Benny's. Quality and savings.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. Building the future together.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
At Habet and Abet and Brothers Abet, we've always proudly celebrated Women's Month. This year, we celebrate women keeping the balance at home, at work, and in their communities. That's why all March long, all women receive 15% off store-wide, from paints to plumbing and everything in between. Plus, 20 to 65% off lots more deals on sale and clearance. With trusted experience, top quality products, and service that's second to none, we're here to support women every step of the way. Visit or call us today. Happy Women's Month from all of us at Habet and Abet and Brothers Abet, doing our part to balance the scales.
A time to reflect, revive, and renew. Your Belize City Council invites you to an unforgettable free 2-day Holy Week revival concert. Back by powerful demand, the return of award-winning songwriter and worship leader, Sinach. Live in concert, bringing healing, hope, and encouragement through worship. Join us Tuesday, March 31st, 2026, and Wednesday, April 1st, 2026, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at DigiPark on Newtown Barracks. And that's not all. Joining us for the first time is award-winning Christian reggae band Christafari. Also featuring powerful performances from our local gospel ministries and more. Do not miss worship, Centro Visión Misionero, Kings Park Church of the Nazarene Worship Team, life music from Life Church, Heavenlies, Wabagari Dance Group, and Alexander Evans on steel pan. Special thanks to all our partners whose support helps make this revival possible. So, bring your entire family and experience this powerful 2-day Holy Week revival concert in Belize City. Tuesday, March 31st and Wednesday, April 1st, 2026 at DigiPark on Newtown Barracks. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
I want to share why this work is so urgent. My mother is 75 years old. She's blind. She has lived by the sea for 75 years. Today, my mother cannot see the stones you guys are placing to protect her home. But she can hear. Every night she sits in her home and hear the waves beating at her door. To most people, that song is peaceful. But to my mother, the song is a countdown. It is the song of the land she loves being stolen inch by inch. For years, the song has been a dark shadow over our lives. I look at our student here today, their bright little faces. We need your help to make sure that when these children grow up to be 75, they are sitting in their homes and aren't afraid of the sea.
The whole design of the T is to catch the sand as it walks past Monkey River. Literally what you see is the sand comes from the river, goes out to sea. The sea was clogged with mud and sand, so the river now pushed the sand out like it used to. One, we have less flooding. We have a lot of drainage on the way to Monkey River. The water is not there. But as you can see, we've moved the sand over. Now nature will walk it down with time.
There is an area between the burial ground and where the village is that needs some attention as well, and so it will be addressed right away since PM has approved some additional finance to continue the project in Monkey River.
I am very proud that Minister Osman Martinez, the area representative, along with Oscar Kenya, they saw the necessity, one as the area representative and one as the Minister of Rural Transformation. And then along with the support from my office that we managed to do this, showed us that we just need to put a little bit more investment and we can do the entire area. So I said, you know what, give me an estimate, we're going to do it. We are going to save Monkey River village and going to make it into one of the more beautiful villages in the country.
In a democracy, what is good for the government cannot be bad for the people. And what is good for the people cannot be bad for the government.
We came a long way. It's like over 16 years that it was basically like 2-3 houses in that area.
It was wild.
One high bush like jungle.
I want to take my lick. Say no water, no light. I tell her no worry about that. We have figured it out.
You know, you wonder when, how long it will take for this to happen.
A year ago, you were considered squatters.
We made a picado and we came in.
I'm a teenager.
Everybody said it was swamp, it was swamp. When we get in here, it was like gold.
Today, you're landowners.
Very
this that for we, and we proud of this.
Now we are claiming our house on the land.
We have worked so hard to make this happen for us.
This is a beautiful day, folks, because we are taking care of the people who have taken care of us. Because we wouldn't be here today without you.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. Today, in an extended interview with the CEO in the Ministry of Agriculture, Servulo Baeza, we asked if the agriculture sector is bracing for the effects of increases in operational costs due to the expected continuing increase in the price of fuel due to the U.S.-Iran war. He reminded that this is not the only aspect to watch for.
These external shocks, are always difficult, I think, for our producers. And so we do foresee that, it will bring additional hardship in terms of the cost of fuel, not only for just as one of the inputs of production, but also we have to look at, for instance, fertilizers. For instance, fertilizers is another key component for production. And the last time when the war broke out between Russia and Ukraine, the prices for fertilizer shot up, I think, over 100%. I don't think it has happened as yet right now, but we foresee that the prices for fertilizer will go up. And certainly that means that the cost of production from our farmers will also increase. We have been trying to work along with them for them to do their own, what we would call organic fertilizers. But it's not as easier. It's not as easy, as we would want to be. It's not as easy not to do that, But we are working along with them, trying to show them other methods, whether it be composting, whether it be the biofabricas, where they produce their own organic fertilizers. We are stepping up in terms of trying to do those type of training. The first phase of Sembrando Vida did introduce the biofabricas, where in all the different districts. So one of the things we're trying to do is to make sure that these biofabricas are working and producing the organic fertilizers. The second phase of Sembrando Vida hopefully will start later this year, and also encompasses again more biofabricas. So we're hoping that these can help in terms of trying to substitute some of those fertilizers that we have to import.
Agriculture CEO Servulo Baeza revealed today that Belize's attempt to donate a container of eggs to Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa struck the western portion of the sister Caribbean nation on October 28 last year never succeeded. The shipment intended as relief support did not reach the island. Baeza said the breakdown highlights a major weakness in the Caribbean single market and economy.
Whilst we talk about CARICOM and a single market and how we should try to support each other, it's very difficult to get into those markets. I could cite you a very good example. For instance, after the hurricane that hit Jamaica, our poultry association here was trying to give them a donation of eggs, a container of eggs. And up to now, we haven't been able to send those eggs because we have to meet the requirements of importation for Jamaica. And they refuse to basically send those requirements so that we know if we meet them, which we know we do because the Veterinary Association of CARICOM has visited both Quality Chicken and Caribbean Chicken and had certified our plants that our plants can send product into CARICOM. And yet when you go to country like Grenada or Jamaica, they refuse to allow us to export to them, basically because they're protecting the local market. Although they do import from the US and so on, they just block you.
The Prime Minister has turned down 3 interview requests since the last House meeting on March 10. He gave at least 2 interviews after returning from the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting held from February 24 to 27. But lately, he has dug in his heels to not answer on one issue in particular, the Cuban Medical Brigade. During that CARICOM summit in St. Kitts and Nevis, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio addressed the regional leaders. In the week since Guyana and Jamaica announced the end of their Cuban medical brigade programs, from the little Belizean officials have said publicly, Belize also appears to be re-examining its own arrangements. Months ago, Belizean authorities insisted that Cuban doctors here are paid directly and that this was explained to the U.S. Notably, while on the morning show on Love FM on Monday, the Prime Minister's comments hinted at the pressure that may be coming his way from the United States. A show host suggested that Washington could very well tell Belize it cannot buy anything from China in respect of Belize's push to acquire more electrical buses, potentially from the Taiwanese. The PM responded, quote, "They would say that and, well, they are happy that we continue to support Taiwan. And so whenever the Americans bring up that issue, for us is an easy answer. We support Taiwan based on principle," end quote. One takeaway is that when it comes to Cuba, the answer is not nearly as straightforward. Across the country, and some Belizeans are just finding out about the price changes introduced at the same time. Price changes for sugar were introduced via statutory instrument on January 17. Two things occurred: pre-packaged and labeled sugar can be sold at their own price. The second thing is that the prices for plantation white and brown sugar sold at the stores in the regular transparent bags without any labeling finally went up after the clamor from BSI and some cane farmers associations. In the case of brown sugar, the price had not increased since 2001. It went from 39 cents to a maximum of 70 cents. Plantation white went from 75 cents to 79 cents. The last increase for plantation white sugar was in 2016. The prices also vary per district, taking into account transportation costs. We spoke with Agriculture CEO Servulo Baeza.
These control prices that we have, that we set, is for that sugar that is not packaged. I mean, these control prices are for the sugar that are sold in bulk by the factory, distributed to the different stores, and they take and pack it into those clear plastics. That's the control price that we have, is for that kind of sugar. The packaged sugar does not fall under these regulations. So pretty much what we're saying is that the packaged sugar that comes from ESR or any other business that chooses to buy the sugar from ESR, BSI, or I think in the near future we will probably have Santander sugar too. They can take and they can pack, and they will be able to sell or compete amongst each others, basically.
After the break, screwworm now endemic in Belize. Stay with us.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapada en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que le va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y basta.
Our Belize City is growing because of continued investment. From rehabilitated streets to expanding neighborhoods, significant investments are improving how our city functions and how our communities live. In the last 2 years alone, more than 250 streets have been rehabilitated, representing almost $34 million invested directly in physical infrastructure that improves access and quality of life. At the same time, the city continues to expand. Developments such as the Holy Emmanuel area, also known as Gungulung, reflect increased demand for land and housing as Belize City expands in a more sustainable and resilient way. These planned developments support safer communities and long-term sustainability, contributing to rising property values across the city. Under the Town's Property Evaluation Act, property values are required to be reviewed every 5 years. The last valuation adjustment was done in 2013. This adjustment simply brings property values closer to today's market reality, while the tax rate itself remains unchanged. Let's break it down. For a vacant property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 2% rate, which works out to a payment of $500. Under the new assessment, the property value has appreciated by 40%, making the property now worth $35,000. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 2% of $35,000, which works out to $700. For an occupied property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 10% rate, which works out to $2,500. Under the new assessment, the property's value has appreciated by 18%, making the property now worth $29,500. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 10% of $29,500, which works out to $2,950. To support property owners, your Belize City Council is encouraging residents to take advantage of the ongoing property tax prepayment incentives. Property owners receive 15% off in January, 10% off in February, and 5% in March. And senior citizens receive a 35% discount year-round. Remember, this adjustment represents an appreciation in your property's worth, not a change in tax rates, ensuring continued investment in your city while providing valuable data for informing investors, municipal bondholders, and individual credit assessments. And we want residents to know the law provides a clear mechanism for review and appeal if needed. Those who believe their valuation does not fairly reflect their property have the right to engage the Belize City Valuation Appeals Board. Your Belize City Council remains committed to openness, accountability, and ensuring that growth is managed fairly for everyone. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
El rotavirus es una de las principales causas de diarrea acuosa severa y vómitos en niños. Puede causar deshidratación severa y hospitalizaciones. La buena noticia es que la vacuna contra el rotavirus ya está disponible. Se administra por gotas orales a los 2, 4 y 6 meses de edad. Protege tu bebé. Visite hoy su centro de salud más cercano.
Running a business in Belize and getting an international order? Shipping your products abroad is simple with the Belize Postal Service. To quickly confirm the order, you can fill out your customs declaration right from the comfort of your home. To access the declaration form online, please visit the following websites. Simply enter your item in the CDS web kiosk to instantly see the landed cost, duties, taxes, and fees. Postage rates can be checked on your rate sheets. Share the landed cost with your customer and finalize the sale in minutes. Once the sale is confirmed, the system generates your declaration identification number, your key to a smooth and fast drop-off. And if you don't have internet access, you can always visit any of our post offices for assistance. Bring your unsealed package and declaration ID to any Belize Postal Service location. Our clerks will verify your items, seal your package, and prepare your declaration, quick and simple. It's fast, simple, reliable. The Belize Postal Service, connecting your business to the world.
Kite flying is fun, but it can also be dangerous. Fly kites safely by following these tips. Never use wire, metallic thread, or wire-reinforced strings. You could be electrocuted. Remember, even a safely built kite can cause a power outage if it gets caught in a power line. Always use paper, plastic, or wood to build kites. Never fly kites near power lines, in the path of traffic, aircrafts, or near highways. Always fly kites with a responsible adult, in open areas, in dry weather, and with clear visibility. Never attempt to remove your kite from a power line. always call BEL at 0800-235-2273 if your kite gets caught in a power line. Belize Electricity Limited. We care about your safety.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Is that all?
This is everything.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapada en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que te va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y va a estar bien después, ¿sabes?
Ok. Farmacia Freetown, carretera 28 Freetown, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Freetown, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
Belize has passed the phase of an outbreak of screwworm to the disease now becoming permanently present or endemic. Our first case of screwworm since it re-emerged in Belize was reported in December 2024. Today, Agriculture CEO Servula Baeza stated that authorities are in a management phase, working with farmers so they can treat infected livestock. According to Baeza, screwworm has reached mid-Mexico and the U.S. is working to prevent it from reaching their border.
Screwworm now is endemic in the country. So what we have to do now is just manage it. The first phase in terms of screwworm was prevention, trying to prevent it from coming into the country. The next phase after prevention was control. We tried to control it when it came in Toledo, tried to control it down south, and it gradually it was gradually progressing to the country until we have it throughout the country now. So it is endemic now. So right now we are in a management phase. It's no longer an emergency basically because we have it all over, and we're waiting for hopefully in the near future we start into the eradication phase, where we work along with ORISA and USDA. Which were the ones who basically funded the eradication of screwworm back in the 80s and 90s. No? So all efforts right now are in trying to control it there in Mexico. So all efforts in terms of the release of sterile flies is being done in Mexico right now to try to control it there. Two more plants are being, I think, are soon to be commissioned. I believe one in Texas and one in Mexico to produce more flies. Back in 1994, when screwworm was eradicated, I think we were releasing around, I think, 900 million sterile flies a week. Right now, I believe from Panama, the plant in Panama was only, the maximum capacity was 100 million sterile flies per week. So we're nowhere close to the production of sterile flies, which is what was used back then to eliminate screwworm, to eradicate screwworm. With the commissioning of the new plants coming in on stream, they will be able to produce more sterile flies, and hopefully we can get back up to the volumes necessary so that then we will start coming down again with an eradication phase. But for right now, we're just in a management phase.
Distressing news recently emerged from the south during Reef Week when activist Will Mejia of the Belize Territorial Volunteers reported that on a recent trip near the Sapodilla Keys, gill nets were discovered. These are illegal in Belize's marine space. Mejia said he was with boat captain and Fernie Garbutt when they discovered a gill net anchored on the Corona Reef, also known as the Cayman Crown. Considered one of the healthiest marine habitats in the country, the Corona Reef is located 8 miles south of the Sapodilla Keys, which are a group of 14 keys located on the Belize Barrier Reef, roughly 40 miles east of Punta Gorda, Toledo. The reef is also located near the Cayman Trench, which acts as a crucial spawning aggregation site. The area forms part of the Sapodilla Keys Marine Reserve. Mejia shared more details earlier today.
Thanks to XTV, there was a live broadcast from the Sapodilla Keys, and the people at XTV, I wanted to show them as much of the Sapodilla Keys as possible. So we took a trip down towards Corona Reef, and and when we got to Corona Reef, to our surprise, there was a gill net on the reef itself. Now, as you know, the Corona Reef is one of the most pristine reef. It's a reef that has amazed scientists, not only from Belize, but from around the world, because this reef, despite all the bleaching that has been taking place on reefs around the world, this particular reef have survived those bleaching. So it is a very unique reef, and it's a reef that definitely needs protection. And for the Guatemalans still to be setting gill net there on that reef is not okay. It's not okay, especially the fact that Belize has banned gill net in the marine areas for many, many years now. In addition to that, these reefs are only located like about 8 miles from the Belize Coast Guard base and from the Tide Ranger Station. So really and truly, there should be absolutely no nets in that area, given the proximity. We have bigger boats today, we have bigger guns today, you have more technology, you have a camera that can see from the base all the way there. So there's no reason for gill nets to be in that area on such a pristine area as well. We would just like to appeal to the authorities. We know that Tide have been doing a wonderful job out there. We want to encourage the Coast Guard to really do a great job as well and continue to do a good work out there, because we know that they've been doing, but more needs to be done.
Mejia said that the fishers in the area are disappointed, as it seems that illegal foreign fishers are in the area more than Belizean fishers.
Well, a lot of the fishers in this area, are kind of disappointed in the fact that if you go there right now, you could see evidence of the fact that Guatemalans have fished this area more so than Belizeans. And Guatemalans continue to come fish in the area today with long lines and gill net. So we are in this area where it's only 8 miles or so from the Belize Coast Guard base and the Tide Ranger Station. So there should be no illegal fishing in this area because it's not that far away. We have bigger boats, we have big technology. They have cameras out there that could spot 9 miles away. This place is 8 miles. So, really, there should be absolutely no illegal fishing, especially in this area. I mean, like I say, this area has amazing scientists, not only from Belize, but from around the world. So we should have more boats out there to patrol this area to keep it in pristine conditions.
Will Mahia of the Belize Territorial Volunteers is calling on the Belize Coast Guard to have a bigger presence near the Sapodilla Keys in the Toledo district. According to Mahia, the Toledo Institute of Development and Environment, TIDE, which co-manages the Marine Reserve, has not been able to carry out their research due to transgressions by the Guatemalan military. Mahia said this should not be happening.
If TIDE goes out there and begin to patrol and they run into Guatemalans, those guys are armed. So they need the protection of the Coast Guard. And there need to be a strong relationship between the Belize Coast Guard and the TIDE Rangers. They need to work hand in hand. They need to have joint patrols, because when TIDE goes out there by itself, they're jeopardizing themselves because they don't have no weapons. It's the people who are trained to handle weapons, which is the Belize Coast Guard, to do that. And again, nothing against the Belize Coast Guard. I know they are great people, but the job needs to get done. I mean, if the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is going to tell you don't patrol that area, then the entire country of Belize need to know that. They can't say to the Coast Guard or the TIDE, oh, that area is, high risk, so don't patrol there. No, those areas need more patrols because it is a pristine area. It is like an area that the world is looking at to study. And you know that TIDE had to suspend their research in that area because they don't feel safe. So here we have science-based research, that's taking place, has to be on hold because they are afraid to go in that area, or they've been told by the government not to go in that area because they don't want to cause any contention with Guatemala. We have to get to the point where we own our territory. We have to assert ourselves. We cannot let Guatemala dictate where we go and where we can't go in our country. That reef is in our country. It is part of the Belize Barrier Reef.
We have reached out to personnel from TIDE for comment, but they have not responded as of news time. In other news, on Friday, Belize received praise from the International Labour Organization, ILO, Committee of Experts on the application of conventions and recommendations for fulfilling its constitutional duty to present at the National Assembly international labor standards set by the International Labour Conference. The House of Representatives and the Senate received 43 international labor instruments from the Belizean government in September 2025. These included conventions, recommendations, and protocols that were enacted between 1990 and 2019. A significant step toward guaranteeing Belize's adherence to its responsibilities under the ILO Constitution was taken with these submissions, which addressed previously pending instruments. On Monday, Honorable Karim Musa, the Minister of Immigration, Labor and Governance, said it is the first time the country has been in full compliance with the ILO Convention.
That is huge because I think that is the first time in our history that we have been in full compliance with the ILO Convention. As you know, those were two standards that were outstanding under the Article 19 of the ILO Convention, one that deals with quality apprenticeships and the other that deals with the occupational health and safety. As you know, we recently passed in the House of Representatives, I believe it is still before the Senate, the OSH bill, which has been in the pipeline for over a decade already. And so we're very proud over at the Ministry of Labor to have this recognition coming from the ILO.
After the break, Belize mourns the passing of Ruben Morales Iglesias. Stay tuned.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapado en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que te va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y vas a estar bien después, ¿ok?
Ok. Farmacia Fritón, carretera 28 Fritón, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Fritón, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
Rotavirus is a leading cause of severe watery diarrhea and vomiting in young children. It can lead to dangerous dehydration and hospital visits. The good news? The rotavirus vaccine is now available countrywide. It is given in drops at 2, 4, and 6 months of age. Protect your child. Visit your nearest health clinic today.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls, so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
For any project, big or small, Best Screws provide strength, efficiency, durability, and affordability. Get the screws specifically designed for your next project. Get Best Screw, the power to build, the strength to last. Available at Denny's. Quality and savings.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP, 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
share why this work is so urgent. My mother is 75 years old. She's blind. She has lived by the sea for 75 years. Today, my mother cannot see the stones you guys are placing to protect her home. But she can hear. Every night she sits in her home and hear the waves beating at her door. To most people, that song is peaceful. But to my mother, the song is a countdown. It is the song of the land she loves being stolen inch by inch. For years, the song has been a dark shadow over our lives. I look at our students here today, their bright little faces. We need your help to make sure that when these children go up to be 75, they are sitting in their homes and aren't afraid of the sea.
The whole design of the T is to catch the sand as it walks past Monkey River. Literally what you see is the sand comes from the river, goes out to sea. The sea was clogged with mud and sand, so the river now pushed the sand out like it used to. One, we have less flooding. We have a lot of drainage on the way to Monkey River. The water is not there. But as you can see, we moved the sand over. Now nature will walk it down with time.
There is an area between the burial ground and where the village is that needs some attention as well, and so it will be addressed right away since PM has approved some additional finance to continue the project in Monkey River.
I am very proud that Minister Osman Martinez, the area representative, along with Oscar Kenya, they saw the necessity, one as the area representative and one as the Minister of Rural Transformation. And then along with the support from my office that we managed to do this, showed us that we just need to put a little bit more investment and we can do the entire area. So I said, you know what, give me an estimate, we're going to do it. We are going to save Monkey River village and going to make it into one of the more beautiful villages in the country.
With Easter break on the horizon, activist Will Mejia is encouraging more Belizeans to visit the Sabadell Keys. He's also urging tour guides to unite and request fuel subsidies like the cane farmers in the north have done. He said if the trip to the Sabadellas were cheaper, more Belizeans would visit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I encourage Belizeans to go out there. I know it costs an amount to go there, and that's why it's kind of ridiculous when the government is going to up the fuel prices. I mean, Easter is coming up. You know how many people probably will have to cancel their trips to the Sabadell Keys because they can't afford to go there because fuel prices is so high right now. You know, I mean, look, the government, tourism is an industry. And again, the tour guides, you know, I mean, we Belizeans have none but ourselves to blame because tourism is an industry. Sugarcane is an industry. But the sugarcane farmers, they unite and they get tax exempt on their fuel. Why can't the tour guides of Belize do that? It is an industry. In fact, tourism is a bigger industry than the sugar industry if you put all the maths together. So if they could get it, and I'm happy for them, there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with them getting it. I'm happy that the Caneros could unite and demand and get tax-free fuel. Now the tour guides, you guys, Belizeans who are tour guides, need to unite and demand that, hey, we want to run our tours. We want tourists who come here, don't just walk the streets of Punta Gorda or walk the streets of Belize City. Come out and enjoy what we have to, but at a price that they can afford. I mean, I've known people who have canceled their boat trips to the Sabadellas because they just can't afford that. So, you know, I mean, if we are serious about, you know, boosting tourism in the South, then there's got to be some adjustment somewhere, or countrywide, really. The beautiful thing about the Sabadell Keys is it is the same distance from Placencia to the Sabadell Keys as Punta Gorda is from the Sabadell Keys. So you could come to Punta Gorda, you could come to Punta Gorda, or you could come to Placencia, board a boat and go there. And I encourage people to go there. It's one of the best kept secrets, really. Belize is not really a secret anymore, but this area definitely is really well kept. And, you know, again, thanks to Ty, the people who are managing the area out there, we have seen a lot of improvements.
Ruben Morales Iglesias, who had suffered a stroke on Thursday night and went into a coma, passed away on Monday at 4:30 p.m. after he was taken off life support at the KHMH. Following the news of his passing, many took time out to share photos, memories, and to express their condolences and gratitude for his work over the decades. At 65, Morales Iglesias had amassed quite a following as he became well known for his sports coverage and his joyous demeanor. His daughter, Dr. Leslie Broadhurst, shared the news on his passing on Facebook, stating, quote, "My dad, Ruben Morales, transitioned peacefully and painlessly today. We thank everyone for their prayers and love in these difficult times. My family and I are extremely grateful to Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital and the whole staff for caring for my dad in his last moments. Thank you for all the hard work and dedication you all give to your patients day in and day out. Your hard work does not go unnoticed. Thank you for healing with love and dedication," end quote. Morales Iglesias started his career with the Broadcasting Corporation of Belize before joining Love FM and Estereo Amor, and most recently worked with Breaking Belize News BBN. His colleague at BBN, Zoila Palma, said of Morales Iglesias, quote, "Beyond journalism and his professional achievements, Ruben was a friend, a confidant, a steady and supportive presence to his family, friends, and colleagues. He was my father's cousin, known affectionately to all of us as Tio Ruben. He was the light of family gatherings and ensured he was there for every special occasion, celebrating family," end quote. Funeral arrangements will be shared in due course. The Ministry of Immigration, the Refugees Department, UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency, and the Government of Japan have collaborated to introduce a new initiative to strengthen Belize's asylum system. It aims to improve data management and collection, strengthen the legal framework, and reinforce protection safeguards in accordance with the international standards. The government of Japan has contributed $667,000 to the project. Morgan Courtney, Associate Protection Officer with the UN Refugee Agency, spoke on the initiative and how it would improve the current system.
Yeah, so this project we're really excited about because it, with the generosity of the government of Japan, we're able to support the government of Belize to modernize their case management system. So the Refugees Department has a really quite a good system. They currently process asylum applications, and with this support from Japan, we're able to take that system and bring it into the 21st century, completely modernize it, make sure everything is digital, to improve the efficiency of the system. In addition, we are working on strengthening the legislation. Belize already has quite good legislation in terms of refugee protection, but we are working to just tweak it a little bit, get it to meet completely international standards, and again, with the generosity of the Japanese, we're able to do these things.
Minister of Immigration Honorable Karim Musa said the UN Refugee Agency has done a great job getting the system set up in the country.
They have been a huge help for us over at the Ministry of Immigration, so much so that Belize is considered to be a model of best practices when it comes to refugees here in this particular region. And so we are very grateful for the assistance coming from the government of Japan and UNHCR, because it means that we'll have greater capacity building, greater training of our personnel, and an increase in the personnel over at Refugees Department as well. The updating of our Refugees Act, which is decades old, and likewise the incorporation of the digitalization aspect and the case management, reporting and digitalization of cases, so that we can have that sort of data comparison and analysis, and of course have secure data when it comes to refugees and asylum seekers here in Belize.
And a Hatterville resident is seeking the public's assistance in locating his stolen red and black Malon dirt bike. According to the owner, the bike was stolen from his yard between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. on Monday. If anyone has any information leading to the recovery of the dirt bike, they can contact the nearest police station or the owner directly at 604-9156. And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on the station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Thank you.